Okay, I think we're ready to get started. Find your seats, please. First thing is first. How are all of you? It has been a while since we as a security team has actually kind of met, just kind of gotten into each other's nice little headspaces. We are, a crew. So how are y'all doing?
I don't answer that question anymore.
Recovering.
Busy
Nightmares.
I normally don't change.
Fine and safe.
All right, that's good to hear. So, the first major item of this briefing, as you are aware, there is still an active threat out there that we know as the Pure Ones. However, we as the Scouts' official position, we're not actively going after them, and we are not actively protecting them. Some of us on the crew believe that they should be wiped out. Some of us on the crew believe that they should be protected. Security's stance as a whole, if they are attacking another Scout, you should defend the Scout. If they are just out and about, do what you will. If you want to protect them, you can protect them. If you want to kill them, you can kill them. That's just my thoughts, and that is the Scouts' position on that matter, for those who are wondering. That is why we have allowed Trinidad here at this meeting.
Toga.
Speaking of, if you see Pure Ones and you're protecting them and another Scout comes and attacks you, let us know. They are not supposed to do that. However, Trinidad has... You mind if I say what you stated?
Sure, go ahead.
Trinidad has warned that if you are actively protecting a Pure One, that he will subdue. If he does that, he will be disavowed from the Scouts. I'm not saying this is a warning to not protect them. I'm saying this is just for your own safety. As I understand what Trinidad has been through and such. Yes, Luna.
Do you have a description on what a pure one is? Or
Pure Ones were the...
More pure ones now look different. Many of them have gone through racial changes because they're no longer contaminated. So visually, they no longer look as they do, and they no longer have the same type of powers. Many of them have been completely redone in a different image with different skill sets, different abilities. They are not what they were visually or racially or power-wise. They have very much been changed. So the intel of what they are is no longer medically accurate.
Other than their names, Prometheus, Hush, Kazox, Galahad, Blight, etc.
changeling?
Oh, Azazel. Not Changeling. Whatever Gregor did to them, changed them originally, and that's who we fought. And then now that Gregor is no longer around,
They reverted.
officially he's...
They reverted to what they were before his influence.
Yes, they reverted back to what they were before Gregor gave them their gifts. Gregor, the official statement on Gregor is KIA, killed in action by the Force... Purple.
Cortifex.
Apparently I'm
I
not supposed to
believe
call
they
it by
call
its
them.
name. Cortifex. He's killed by that. We do not know if this is true, so do keep an eye and an ear out through Nosy Neighbor if you hear anything about stirrings of Gregor coming back. He was a lich, and there are still phylacteries out there. So it is the possibility that he can come back. And if he does, we would rather nip him in the bud early than when he could get back to the power base he has now. Or had.
If you want information
at the
regarding
time.
whether Gregor can come back, go and speak to Higgs.
Oh, hello.
He's the one fully versed. Rogue was there, I believe, for it. Now that you are
Wondering
here,
when you'd show up.
Higgs will have the most accurate information for what you might need to know for security. But Rogue was there for it as well.
Is there anything
Higgs
you want
has
to
a
inform
mask
about?
that he's put some of Gregor's essence into to track whether or not things are connected or coming back. He's left it with Rayesh for now, but apparently the hope is that he can use the mask with this essence to at least try and tell if anyone tries to go after any other pieces, any phylacteries, anything else that might be dealing with Gregor's essence. The entire possibility of Gregor coming back is there because the phylacteries are still there. As long as the phylacteries are still out and about, the possibility of Gregor coming back is always a thing.
Mm.
Also, something that's very
In-
important to note, and I swear to fuck, if someone tries to shoot the messenger, I will never heal you again, because I am tired of people yelling at me for simply passing on information. I am not taking sides. I'm giving you the info so you can make the decision where I am uneducated in. When it comes to what Higgs had said, in the past, when Gregor was defeated and reformed, some of the first indications that they were coming back was Pure Ones were actively looking to bring them back, or that the Pure Ones had had a hint of where it was and they acted. No, those Pure Ones that did attempt to bring Gregor back are no longer in existence. With that in mind, it is logical to keep an eye on the Pure Ones without taking them out, because quite simply, if we're observing the Pure Ones and they are left alive, they will be our first indication that he does come back, and there is a very logistical reason to monitor them for that warning. They could potentially be the best warning we have that he may be coming back, whether they tell us on their own because they no longer want to be associated with them, or whether we catch them through observation. They are valuable in the long term for understanding how Gregor could come back and how. That's straight up facts. They are
And
a very good
Thank you
chance
very
to
much.
determine
Mhm.
it.
I do have something to
Mhm.
add, and this is from Rash himself. Apparently, these phylacteries are. You're not able to scry on them. It's just something protects them from being scryed. Even my fiance, who is much more powerful than me, couldn't do it. Wouldn't be able to do it according to Rayesh. So if finding them before they are even taken is impossible, at least by magic wise, it would have to be done
They-
technically.
We do have a
technologically.
decent number of phylacteries right now. We're just unsure if there are any more out there.
The
Mhm.
biggest chance we have of preventing him from coming back or getting a notice is the mask and the whispers and the possibility of the Pure Ones, whether they decide to give us a heads up. If Gregor has been known, according to Higgs, to get his children back, so they are the best chance we have, according to what
Let me
Higgs said.
rephrase something actually, because it's just come to my mind that there's actually one phylactery we no longer have, because Galahad has his helmet back.
Oh, yeah.
His arm, though.
Okay.
You got his arm? Okay.
I took his arm off.
Fair enough, I guess.
If Galahad's
As of right now-
head is a phylactery, is it a possibility to put any type of... Like, I know you want them dead, Trinidad. I fully understand why. I've been the one who's pieced people back the fuck together after they've been torn apart by Gregor. Medically, I get it. I understand. I respect it. Okay? But I'm gonna say, Galahad being intact, if there is any way to put some type of magical or technological device on them that can warn us if he is tampered with, or any type of vow where if the phylactery is trying to be reached or looked at, it could be a warning signal. Because what it sounds like is we expect Gregor to eventually come back. And it sounds like this may be the best way to prevent him from coming back longer, or to be able to destroy it with the more information we know. As much as we want to destroy, short term, long term, as someone who comes from a refugee planet where we had to get along, long term, sometimes it's safer to monitor and be prepared to take action at the same time.
Rayesh is working personally alongside Galahad to try and... Best term I can think is rehabilitate. So I will speak with Rayesh and with Higgs to see if there's any possibility of that, and ask Rayesh to keep an eye out for that when he is with Galahad.
I am confused what rehabilitation means from a medical standpoint as well, if someone can clarify that after the fact, because it is confusing to me.
When I
I've
say
never come across it
rehabilitate,
before.
I mean help get back into society. That is Rayesh's goal.
Oh, okay,
Mm.
because I understand that there is remorse and apology. So I'm just like rehabilitation for me from a medical standpoint is overcoming one's mental traumas to be productive and medically like physiotherapy and stuff. So I get confused when these terms are used for things don't always track. So just patience and explanation is appreciated.
Hmm.
That's why we're having this meeting. We want everyone on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
The last thing
As I
with
said,
the
I
pure
will-
ones that I'm.
Fine.
Good.
I was just going to say, as I said, I will get in contact with Ryesh and with Higgs to discuss the possibility of having a closer eye on Galahad and to. I'm speculating that his helmet still is a phylactery. I believe it is because it's how phylacteries work. They don't
The whole
just
suit, no?
stop. No, it was just his helmet.
You don't?
But not always, no. They don't just stop being phylacteries. If you destroy them, yes. But then his essence is still out in the world. That's what Higgs was actually telling us. We can destroy the phylacteries, but that will just spread his essence around. So we would need a way to absorb the essence after the phylacteries are destroyed. So that is why I'm going to see if there's a way to find out if Galahad's helmet is still a phylactery, and if it is, then we can keep a closer eye on him.
Basically, TLDR, if we destroy Galahad and the helmet, there is a chance that Gregor can sneak in easier.
Okay.
Acceptable sacrifices.
I didn't know that.
Was that
Not now, Trin.
No.
TLDR really necessary?
What did you say?
Don't worry about it.
Nothing, I'm talking to myself.
So basically,
Last
the
thing I-
meeting is to say we're all making plans, but Trin's gonna leave the scouts and do his own thing, and we'll just have to pick up the pieces. That's kind of the feeling I'm getting here, and I'm concerned and worried.
No. It's just so that you all know that we don't condone officially what Trin is doing. But at the end of the day, it's Rogue's decision what happens with him. About it.
What? What if it puts us in danger by destroying it? And the essence spreads, and we can't catch all of it, and he comes back because we were selfish, and he hurt some more people.
Okay, fine. Trinidad, let me ask you a question. If you destroy the pure ones and it comes back to bite you in the ass and kills you in the process, do you care?
No, I do not.
Do you care that it might cause the deaths of everyone else around you? Do you care that it might cause the deaths of everyone else around you once it's done?
As long as I'm happy, yes. Because if I die, I get to live happy with my wife. in
So the aftermath doesn't matter. Everyone else can die for all you care.
Well, if you put it that way, then
I
I'm
mean,
glad
that's
that I
fair.
just took off his arm and not his helmet.
I understand you took his arm and not his helmet. I'm talking about if you succeed in your endeavors,
Mm-hmm.
that opens the possibility of making it harder to make sure Gregor doesn't come back. Which, congratulations, then that means it's on you.
Good. At least I'll leave him blasted hard, won't I?
No, that means you bring back the monster that killed your wife, Trinidad. Is that what you want?
In a sense, not really. Put it like that, no.
Because that is entirely possible if you continue down this path.
Fine, I will not kill him. Are you happy? I am glad that I took off his arm, okay? And I want them to
That's
bear
fine.
scars of it.
Why don't you two take this into your office when you have a decision?
Come with me, Trinidad.
Good.
Man, fair, I guess.
If what Trin is doing is actively harming the scouts, then yes, we are to intervene. Our goal is to keep the scouts safe, and if what he is doing goes against that, when we should intervene and prevent it. However, we don't have all the facts, which is why Rogue, as captain, is going to go talk to him about that. Once we get all the facts, we'll figure out what happened there. We do not want to put more people in harm's way at the expense of...
That's what people always do! I'm sorry, but people are selfish, and I am tired of being elbows deep in someone's intestines, putting them back together because they decided to be a vigilante dumbass. I'm sorry, it's just hard to heal these same people for these same reasons over and over and over again because they are selfish and hypocritical and they want vengeance, but they don't care if they hurt their allies. I'm tired of it. I need to step out. I need to step out. I respect whatever decision is made, but I just need to. I need to step out. I need to breathe. I need to. I'll be. I
Take
need.
your time, Rhea. It's okay.
Take your time, Rhea.
I'm.
I can't hear them. Final thing, Pure Ones are not allowed on the ship. If they're in Sarpedon Bay, just let us know if you see anything. People feel uncomfortable with their presence. We don't want to make them more uncomfortable. Yes.
There's a note that some of the pure ones are working under the Red Wilds, a guild that I'm currently in.
Yes, Chimera has told me a bit about that.
So perhaps some of us can monitor them there, if ever.
If you wish to speak with Pure Ones, I believe the Red Wilds is one of the only locations other than maybe Orlando Saka that they are permitted at this time.
Just hand in your pin if you have to kill one of us?
Yes.
Man,
Did I make myself
Is-
clear?
Were you listening in?
I went and I was walking back.
She went
Sit down,
outside
both
to
of you.
calm down, please.
I left. I was on my way from the dining room. I was walking
Stop.
back. You crossed me in engineering.
I am going to offer clarification for everything. Trinidad has clarified for me, first of all, regarding his plan. One, he's only going after Galahad and Kazox. Galahad he's already taken care of. He's taken his arm. He's going to stop pursuing Galahad for now. Kazox is also difficult to find, so no offense, Trin. That might not even happen. But his plan was never to kill all of the Pure Ones, merely give them a reminder. As to what you just heard, is not condoned or agreed with. I will not allow him to kill another scout, regardless of whether or not he gives me his pin. Because the fact that he said he would give me his pin beforehand means that gives me time to stop him. I would not just take his pin and allow it to happen. So I ask in the future, keep those emotions in check so I can explain things. Is that clear?
Crystal.
Does anyone else have any questions that regarding this that they would like clarified? Continue, Lance.
Okay, now that we're done with talking about the Pure Ones, we could go to the more lighter stuff, hopefully. Okay. Connor is looking for more people to join an elite squad that he has formed within the Scouts. Those of you who are interested, it has something to do with a city. Or I believe it's called. So if you are interested in helping him with that, please contact him as soon as possible. Yes, it does come with a pay raise. Last thing that I have on this docket, unless there's any questions, comments, concerns. Yes, Reggie.
I would like to know what kind of squad this is. What's their special?
I'll probably ask him later.
Connor will explain if you show interest. Finally, just nosy neighbor. Make sure that if you hear anything or nothing, to just let us know in the security comms, so that way we can keep an eye on it. And so if something is getting big, we prevent that from getting too big. If something is actively going to harm the scouts, we can stop it before it harms others, or if it harms the entirety of our crew. Our job is to keep the scouts safe, and whoever we get contracted by, help them. It's why we were able to save a lot of lives in Zafira before the lightning storm hit. We have a lot of beds. We did a good job with that. Ludric will most likely be stepping down from at least his security position, so my title is going to become more of a permanent than a temporary. You see him, wish him a happy retirement. Any questions, comments, or concerns before we close up this meeting? If there are none, you are free to go on your way. Feel free to stay aboard and have conversations with whoever you like. If you want to ask the questions in private, I will be on board for the next 30 minutes or so before I have to go meet Flurry at a warehouse. And Rogue lives here.